The Galactic Council chamber was filled with light and sound, alien voices rising in debate. Dozens of species argued about who the next enemy should be, their pride pushing them to prove their strength. When Earth's name appeared on the list, laughter spread like fire through the hall. To them, humanity was fragile, trapped on a single blue planet, armed with nothing more than primitive fleets. "They are children of the stars," one alien shouted, his fangs glinting. "A single strike will shatter their world." The vote was cast. By a near-unanimous decision, the Council declared war on humanity, but as the final words echoed across the chamber, an unease settled over the room. A single elder, scales dull with age, stood trembling. His voice cracked as he whispered, "You have chosen wrongly. Humanity is not what you think." The others dismissed him with laughter, their arrogance blinding them to his warning. On Earth, the sky burned with streaks of light as hidden satellites powered up for the first time in centuries. Deep beneath the oceans, steel titans stirred awake, engines rumbling with ancient fury. Humanity had waited, watching in silence. And now, the galaxy's choice would bring them face to face with their deadliest enemy. The alien fleet arrived at Earth with banners of arrogance, their warships blotting out the stars. Commanders expected no resistance, only a swift and easy victory. They laughed as their weapons charged, convinced humanity would beg for mercy. But the first volley changed everything. Beams of light streaked toward Earth, only to vanish against sudden bursts of hidden shields. From beneath the oceans, massive steel doors opened, releasing ancient submarines that rose like monsters. Their hulls split apart, revealing missile silos that fired into the heavens. The aliens' laughter died when their forward ships exploded in fire. Human orbital cannons, long concealed within Earth's crust, unleashed a storm of plasma. One alien captain screamed as his ship was torn apart before he could even react. Above the chaos, shadows moved, giant shapes sliding from behind the moon. They were not fragile human craft, but colossal Terran dreadnoughts, their engines burning with a deep red glow. Panic swept through the alien ranks. "Impossible!" one admiral shouted, his voice cracking as dreadnought after dreadnought emerged, surrounding their fleet like wolves closing on prey. Humanity had played the role of prey for centuries, but now the galaxy's predators had awoken. The battlefield above Earth was no longer filled with alien laughter. It was filled with silence, broken only by the thunder of Terran guns. The colossal dreadnoughts moved into formation, their black hulls gleaming with the light of distant stars. Each ship carried scars of ancient battles, proof they had fought before and survived. The alien fleets, once confident, now trembled at the sight. Reports spread like wildfire across their channels. These ships are not new. They are old, older than our empires. On the ground, the world watched in awe. Cities erupted with cheers as human soldiers in black armor marched to their posts, faces grim but determined. For generations, they had trained in silence, waiting for this moment. Earth had hidden its strength, masking its fleets in oceans and moons, burying its cannons under mountains. Now the truth was revealed. Humanity had never been weak. They had been preparing. The Galactic Council received the first images of the battle. They saw human dreadnoughts ripping alien cruisers apart, saw soldiers standing proud, and realized the lie they had believed for centuries. One alien delegate whispered in fear, they were never children of the stars. They were predators hiding their claws. The Galactic Council chamber was no longer filled with laughter. It was filled with fear. Hollow screens lit the vast hall, showing human dreadnoughts tearing through alien fleets with terrifying precision. Admirals shouted updates, voices breaking with panic. Entire squadrons gone in minutes. Shields useless. Weapons failing. The delegates stared, unable to believe what they were seeing. Some demanded reinforcements be sent at once. Others argued humanity should be offered peace before it was too late. The hall erupted into chaos, the proud voices of rulers now trembling with regret. They had chosen the wrong enemy. Their arrogance had blinded them. Then the human envoy appeared on every holo screen, her calm face framed by the glow of Terran warships behind her. Her voice was steady, carrying across the galaxy. "You thought us weak. You thought us prey. But you chose war with predators. Now you will pay the price." Gasps filled the chamber as a single image replaced her, Earth's orbit covered in a wall of steel, hundreds of Terran ships blocking out the sun. The sight broke the last of their pride. For the first time, the Galactic Council understood what their vote had unleashed. The galaxy burned as humanity launched its counterstrike. Terran dreadnoughts, vast as floating cities, ripped through alien defenses with ease. Entire star systems trembled when the fleets arrived, their engines glowing like small suns. Human soldiers, armored in black steel, stormed alien strongholds, their discipline unmatched. Worlds that had mocked Earth now saw Terran banners rising over their capitals, the sound of marching boots echoing through streets once thought untouchable. Alien admirals tried to regroup, but every tactic failed. Terran fleets moved with ruthless precision, striking where enemies least expected. On one world, a defensive shield thought impenetrable fell in seconds under a concentrated Terran barrage. Civilians screamed as fire rained from the skies, their leaders whispering that perhaps surrender was the only hope. The Galactic Council received frantic reports from every corner of their empire. Entire fleets lost, colonies falling, morale collapsing. For every victory they once celebrated, now came 10 defeats at human hands. The council chamber was filled not with pride, but with silence. They had unleashed a force that could not be caged, and then came the most chilling news of all. New Terran fleets, larger than anything yet seen, were massing beyond Earth, ready to push deeper into alien territory. Whispers traveled faster than ships across the stars. Humanity cannot be defeated. On alien worlds, soldiers laid down their weapons before battles even began, terrified of facing Terran warships. Entire garrisons surrendered at the mere rumor of a human fleet approaching. The once mighty empires of the Council watched their armies collapse, not from firepower alone, but from fear. Alien commanders begged the Council for more reinforcements, but their voices shook. Reports told of Terran fleets striking multiple sectors at once, each attack precise and devastating. One admiral whispered over comms before his signal cut out, "They know our every move. They fight as if they've already seen this war." Inside the council chamber, desperation filled the air. Some demanded peace talks, their pride finally broken. Others shouted that humanity must be annihilated before the balance of power was lost forever. But the truth was plain in their eyes. They had chosen the wrong enemy, and now it was too late to undo it. Then, as if to crush what little hope remained, a new wave of Terran ships emerged from deep space. Larger, darker, and more advanced than the first fleets, they filled the stars with shadows. Humanity was no longer defending. Humanity was advancing. The new Terran fleets spread across the void, their hulls black as night, their weapons glowing with deadly light. Alien eyes watched in terror as humanity's power grew beyond imagination. But the fleets were not the true horror. The truth behind them was. Ancient records, long buried in the Council's archives, were uncovered in panic. They spoke of Earth, not as a young world, but as a death world, a planet so violent that only the strongest creatures could survive. Humanity had been forged by storms, predators, and endless struggle. Every breath they took was proof of their resilience. Council delegates trembled as the revelation spread. Humanity was not weak. They were born predators, perfected by their world. Their soldiers fought with a ferocity no alien could match. Their warships, designed by minds hardened through survival, outclassed every fleet in the galaxy. The Council realized too late they had not chosen a simple enemy. They had chosen the deadliest species in existence. As the Terran fleet surrounded the Council's capital system, the envoy's voice rang across every channel. "You chose war with humanity. Now you will understand why we are feared." Alien hearts sank, knowing the next battle would decide not just their pride, but their survival.